I am extremely happy to be making this review. After seeing FNAF 2, I can finally affirmatively say that I do think this was a good film. I do think there's lots of things you can talk about when it comes to the film, and I'm going to give you my opinions on all of those. Don't forget, this is my opinion, alright? I'm a FNAF fan, played all the games, probably watched hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of videos on the lore when I was younger. So, for me, this film ranks significantly higher due to the fact that it ticked all those boxes with the significant amount of fan service and references that it had during the whole film. Really enjoyed that part of it. I do think general plot, if you are not a fan of FNAF, you are not going to enjoy it as much. As much as people are throwing that around, I do think that is true. It is not just an excuse about the film. I think you could probably call it, like, in some senses, it really depends on what you want from it. You'd probably call it an average of 6 or 7 for general audiences. Whereas I think for the fandom, you could even so much as throw it as a 10 out of 10 because it is full and full of references. If you watch this film in 0.5 speed, I imagine you will catch significantly more. I really enjoyed it. Performances were very good. There were definitely some more standouts and some more lacking performances. I will give that. I do think it's a bit of a mess at some points where it comes to the general plot, but the fan service and some of the performances from certain people, in my opinion, McKenna Grace and Josh Hutchinson, really stand out in that sense. The Rotten Tomatoes thing, the critics' reviews, giving it a 12%. See, the thing is with critics, this is not what they look for in a film. They don't give a crap about the fan service. I guarantee you not a single one of those critics have seen or played anything to do with FNAF. So it's got a 12%. And, you know, I ignore the critic reviews most of the time on Rotten Tomatoes. But I ignore Rotten Tomatoes quite frequently. It has a 88% popcorn meter, which is the fan reviews, and I am very tempted to agree with that. 88%, you know, I think that's a solid area for it to be, because that is the fans. That is what the fans think of it. That is what the fan service has made them opinionate, and, you know, that 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10 area is probably where I would place this film. I'm going to give you guys more of a detailed review. I want to give a breakdown of every single, like, Easter egg and teaser thrown in there. And that's going to come later once the film has sort of been out for a lot longer, where it's not necessarily going to be too big of a spoiler and all of those things. However, I think the general plot, the jump scares, the characters, the production design, phenomenal. Bit of a messy narrative at some points, but I can ignore that because I am a fan, and that is exactly what I think most people should do if they go to see this film. Fine, as a general horror audience who doesn't know FNAF, following on from the first film, to be honest, you will actually understand it. If you've seen FNAF 1, to be honest with you, it does interlink very well. Whereas FNAF 2, I do think improves, especially with the jump scares, improves on the first film significantly more. I do like the design of all the animatronics. Saw in the trailer some of those designs, but seeing them for a longer period as well makes it even better. I also think what's quite impressive, just to throw around, other than the fact that I think you should go see this film, is $38 million budget. They made that back. I think they made like 50 million on opening, which beat Zootopia 2, so that's pretty impressive, though I think there is higher ratings for Zootopia 2, which is fine, or Zootropolis 2, whatever you want to call it, but that doesn't really matter to me. I actually think I would rather go see FNAF 2 again over Zootropolis 2, because it's just what I prefer. I'm a horror fan, I'm a FNAF fan, it's the perfect mix. It does it well, other than the slightly messy narrative at some points. It starts really well, bit of a messy middle, good end. You know, for a film that does centre around fan service, that is very good. Very happy about that. And I'm looking forward to the third, which they have said might start production around early 2026, which I think is awesome, because we might get FNAF 3 by 27, so that will be pretty cool. So yeah, that is my review on FNAF 2. Tell me what you guys thought, because it is very mixed on the opinions, but that's also, it's the fans versus the neutrals, and like I said, as a neutral, probably not as good. Fan, phenomenal. So, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you for the next one.